Hello, Reformers, and welcome back to Gekokujo. Now, when we left off, we had just taken some of the Satake clan's fiefs all the way over here in the northeast. Well, it's almost the northeast. We're quite far away from the northeast, actually, but still, they only have one castle remaining, and that would be this one over here. And I was going to say that we should probably go and take that and eliminate them as quickly as we can. However, Lady Marisa, our wife, had an excellent idea, and that excellent idea was to siege Kiyosu. Now, as you can see here, the amount of prisoners, look at that, 312 prisoners right there. Hopefully we'll be able to do this. Obviously, I am not helping just yet, but I will be in just a moment. Now, as you can see here, our vassals have gathered 541 of them to take this out. And now, I am fielding a rather unique army, and as you may see here, I believe this is one of your suggestions in the comments. I do believe that one of you said, why don't you get an entire army full of Ronin and Onabushis, because you like those units, and I do like those units, yes I do. So, there it is. I have done just that. Unfortunately, we don't have too many elite Onabushis just yet, but hopefully some of these veterans will level up very soon, and we will be able to make good use of them. Now, I am a little bit worried, to be honest. Now, I'll tell you why, because I had two types of Ronin, and the funny thing with them is that as I was waiting at Kyoto and leveling them up with trainer skill, they leveled up into a lower level unit. And these Ronin have robes on, whereas the previous Ronin actually had armor on, so I'm not entirely sure what's going on with that, but eventually they do reach veteran Ronin, which are obviously going to be very, very cool indeed. And let us just take a look at their stats. They're actually very balanced, as you see here. They have 5 in Power Strike, 5 in Iron Flesh, 5 in Athletics, and then they have a very steady amount of proficiency as well, all 130. Very nice indeed. And now in comparison, the Ronin, the regular Ronin, have much less in terms of stats. They have 3 in everything apart from... oh my goodness, they don't have any athletics. Oh my. That might cause us a few issues, but yes. Well, we are going to be heading in with veteran Ronin, Ronin Cavalry, and Ronin Musketeers, or Gunners, whatever you want to call them. And, of course, we have Onabushis bringing up the rear. They are going to be assisting us mightily right here. Now, the one thing that I must mention that I would like to do in this episode, if possible, is to complete this quest, because as I was searching around the various taverns in the land, I came across this fellow that asked us for some help to save his village from a band of marauding, well, bandits. So, yes, we're going to hopefully head over to Kawaguchi and help the village as best we can. Now, I did state in the previous episode, as you may see here, we do not have Mei Ling amidst our ranks here, and there is a very good reason for that. I spoke to the traveller, and apparently Mei Ling has left Japan, and I can only assume the reason for that is because I do think that Mei Ling was from China originally. When we spoke to her and we saw her background and her backstory, she did state that she was visiting Japan from China, so I can only assume that she has gone back to China, and maybe in the future she will return to Japan. I can only assume that this is a fixed time event, and I can only assume as well that she will be back in around maybe 1 or 2 weeks in-game time. Hopefully that will be the case at least, and we will then be able to welcome her back. Now, without further ado, let us get down to business. Let us head in to Kiyosu. Actually, should we wait a little bit? Yes, I think we'll wait a little bit and see how the battle goes. Oh, it's going very well in our favor, at least. 358. I think I'll wait until 250 units, perhaps. And oh, the Oda clan is getting a little antsy here. I'm going to dictate the peace terms, and we're going to ask for a castle here. Aha! Of course they refuse our terms. Who would? Oh yes. Okay, so aha. Yep. No, they're offering some money for that. I will not accept. And there we are. 250. Now let's head in. Oh. Wait a minute. Did our units just get defeated, or did they just run off? What is going on with this? Oh my goodness. Wait a minute. No, they're not in the prisoner's hold. Oh, wait, they did get defeated. Oh my goodness. Okay, they were actually defeated, as you can see by the huge amount of prisoners. 537. Why did that happen? Wait, what's going on here? Oh yes, as you can see here, Lord Ura, Lady Morisa, Lord Sesai, and Lord Gonosuke were all defeated in battle. However, they did manage to escape, which is very good. However, they did have a very good chance at taking out Kiyosu, and I do believe that their efforts will not go to waste, as we receive, well, more money than we know what to do with, shall we say, yes. As you see here, 80... Oh, wow, okay. We actually have that much money? I did not realize. I have not visited our treasury for quite some time, but there we are. And we're actually losing 111,000 due to tax inefficiency. That just shows how much we actually do have. Oh, wow. Okay, so it's no longer under siege, so we're able to head in here and batter down their gates. We should be able to hit them where it hurts, hopefully. Strike a crippling blow for the Oda clan. And I will be dictating the peace terms again. How about giving me Nagoshima Castle, then? No, they are still not willing to conclude peace with giving up one of their fiefs here. A little unfortunate, but nevertheless, I think it is worth it to hold out for an offer, perhaps? Yes. So, let us head in, and we will see how well our veteran Ronin and our Onabushis do. Of course, no one has any shields, of course. The mod is specifically designed with that in mind, and hopefully we will not get pincushion too much. Oh no. Okay, so we do have a gunner that we are hoping to take out immediately here. Thankfully enough, he took a long time to reload, and we were able to cut him down very easily. Now, I'm hoping that these veteran Ronin are going to be excellent units. I have not seen them fight very often in terms of them being one-on-one units. I have not fought them specifically, but it appears that they're actually doing a reasonable job, and... Really? Okay, I actually just took a load of damage from some low-level units. I do believe these are low-level units. Yes, Ronin Horsemen. Ah, never mind. Aha! It appears that Ronin Horsemen are showing us what they are made of, and that is very reassuring indeed. I was hoping that they would be deadly, and as you saw there, they took away half of Bruce's HP. Very, very good to see that. Well, not for my HP, but very good to see that they are up to the task of taking on some very difficult-to-kill units. And now let's just try and get a couple of headshots here, or at least take them out. And we'll try to use tactics as well. There we are, nice headshot. Now, let's see. I don't believe there's anyone else in there, but I'm not entirely sure why our units are running through here. Maybe there are a couple of them. Oh, it appears they were. Interesting, okay. I did not see anyone else, but perhaps there were. Okay, well, as you see here, we have only sustained 16 casualties so far. Only 6 have been killed, and they do appear to be going from strength to strength. And we will just run through the streets and eventually take out the enemy. Oh, yes. Come on, let's do it. Take out that guy. Oh, no, I was hoping for a headshot there. Yes, there we are. Thank you very much. And maybe it... No, okay, so, it's that guy. It's that guy over there, George. George did that. Yes, everyone will believe me, because we are the leader. Yes, we are the leader of the Beartilde Shogunate, and for goodness sake, it is named after us. Everyone has to believe us. You believe me, right? Yes, of course you do. Okay, well, let us move swiftly on here, and oh my goodness, look at his armor. That is very cool, I must admit. Change the subject swiftly. Oh yes, very nice. Okay, so, as you see here, our veteran Ronin doing an excellent job. We are going to be dealing some more damage to these incoming reinforcements. Let's try and do a couple of side slashes as well, because of course, doing overheads sometimes is a little bit inaccurate for me, and yeah, with a good reason, of course. Yes, I'm not entirely used to using overhead slashes in this unique animation, because it does have a slightly more unique animation than the default animations, I have to admit. So, yes, they're actually very nice to use, but every now and again, the overhead slash can be a little inaccurate. As you may have seen just there, I was not able to hit him precisely on the head, and as a result, I did much reduced damage. Well, as well as the speed, of course. So, yeah, we do appear to be having very good luck indeed. And I think, actually, wait a minute. with our previous army composition, I do believe that our companions were getting taken out a lot quicker. And maybe with the Ronin, because they are usually hired to bodyguard people and so forth, they are protecting our companions a lot better. So maybe it would be a good idea to continue with this theme for quite a bit longer. As you see here, Kaguya is doing an excellent job. She is absolutely decimating the enemy's units. And I can only hope that she will continue to do just that as the enemy reinforcements stream in from out of their gates here, and we will just continue to rain down death upon them, hopefully getting occasional headshots every now and again, and increasing our efficiency with our arrows here as well, because of course arrows are a finite resource unless you can find a huge amount of them from enemy archers. But at the moment that does not seem too likely, as most of the Oda clan do like to use their gunners. So, that will not be too pleasant. Well, in this small, quiet area, we will marvel at the surrounding countryside and scenery. Very nice indeed. I am always amazed at how much work went into each of these settlements and towns, and I just think to myself, wow, that must have taken a huge amount of time. So, yes, applause for the mod creator, that is for sure. And we are now greeted by a large amount of Oda clan units. Oh no. Let me through, veteran Ronin. I must get by. Yes, thank you very much. See, look at that. They are incredibly loyal and very obedient as well. Excellent. Okay, come on, take that guy out. Yes, thank you very much, veteran Ronin. You're helping me out rather considerably there. And I'm not entirely sure which veteran Ronin is helping me, actually, because there's so many of them, but there we are. Take him out. There we are. We're actually fighting a couple of the Oda retainers now, which is not entirely good, because, as you know, retainers do have a great history at dealing a lot of damage to me in particular, so I'm hoping that Bruce will be able to avoid their strikes, but yes, no guarantees, as usual. So let's see here. Only 71 units remain. We have now just been granted our additional reinforcements, so oh. Okay, so we were taken out by a gunner. And I didn't say they were useless this time, so I'm not entirely sure what's going on with that, but there we are. Okay, we were taken out. 36 damage they were able to do to us. I can only assume that it was a headshot, as you may see here if we pan down to Bruce's body. I do believe that the amount of blood that is currently soaking him is from his head, maybe from various enemies, but still, I do believe that was a headshot. A little unfortunate as we wade through the enemy units here. And, oh my goodness, look at that. Our units are performing an incredible maneuver here. They are seeming to perform a pincer movement with Kaguya leading the way. Look at that. Kaguya is leading them. That is excellent. I was not expecting her to take up the reins this fervently, but it appears since Mei Ling left, she has gained in power. And hopefully she will not... I was just about to say, hopefully she will not get taken out. But do you see how many units they have here? Oh my. Way too many in my opinion. That is not too good. And our reinforcements are coming in. I'm not entirely sure how many units we've lost. If only I could rewind to see how many we actually still have available in terms of our veteran Ronin, of course. They are the meat and bones of our army at the moment. And I'm getting a little better at controlling this camera, I have to admit, so yeah, if I do say so myself. As it sways over to the right there. Not too good. Okay, come on. If I start to see a lot of casualties here, then I may have to retreat and indeed rejuvenate our units and then head in once again for an additional assault. However, I'm hoping that some of our vassals will turn up and maybe they will lend a hand. But it appears that Lady Marisa softened up their defenses enough for us to be able to pull off such an assault. I do believe that without Lady Marisa's actions, we would have well, let's just say failed this without any issues whatsoever. We probably would have just failed flat out, because as you saw before we entered this particular siege, there were, how many was it? 536 or something along those lines in the garrison here, and I can only say that I would assume that most of those are veteran retainers and maybe even some Hatamoto guards, as you see here. Oda veteran retainers are doing an excellent job at fighting our veteran Onabushis and various other units here. Not very nice to see that is for sure, but it appears we are actually beating them back a little bit here, if I can get my camera skills correct here. Yes, there we are. Let's actually glide up here and we will see how many units are coming down the stairs. And the main thing I'm worrying about is this. Oh yes, the main consolidation of their units are primarily gunners and archers, and that is never a good sign when you have a huge amount of Ronin cavalry and various other melee units heading up there, but hopefully some of our gunners will make it up there as well, and we'll be able to take this in one fell swoop rather than two separate sieges. I can only hope that will be the case anyway, but we will see with this wave, because I do believe the enemy has received one more wave of reinforcements. I'm hoping that will be the last wave, but we will see in just a moment. Our Ronin gunners are actually doing an excellent job. I'm not entirely sure what's going on with that, but it appears they are excellent in melee combat. I'm not entirely sure why that is, but wow, we need to take a look at their stats after this. Remind me to take a look at their stats. Oh yes. Send your mind thoughts towards me, and I will hopefully be able to pick up on those, and we will take a look at their stats. Oh, it appears that they are not receiving any more reinforcements. Maybe? No? Yes? Okay, it appears we have attained victory, or at least we will have once our remaining Ronin units have vanquished the last enemies. Oh? No? It appears maybe there is still one fellow remaining, and he is going to die, or he is going to be knocked unconscious. Either one, but I will take it. There we are. And that was actually a Satake veteran archer, which I can only assume was rescued by something, or maybe, no, it was one of the defectors from the Satake clan, maybe. Well, nevertheless, let us take a look at how many oh my goodness, how many we lost. 27 veteran Ronin were taken out. But they live to serve, and they are incredibly brave. So I do value their sacrifice right there. And we took out 395 units, as there were a couple of vassals here. Yes, they do manage to escape. And we have freed this fellow. Yes, he is from the Uesugi clan, so that is very nice to free him. And here we go. Our reward for our efforts. All of these Ronin units are going to be ours. And now this is the other Ronin that I was talking about. As you see here, his weekly wage is 10 dinars. And this fellow's wage is 23 dinars. So I can only assume that the Ronin here have better stats than the others. So what I will be doing instead is just taking these cavalry, that is for sure. They are higher level, of course. And then we'll see whether they have any Onabushi units. I do like those a lot. Are there any here? Oh my goodness, there's way too many to scroll through. Wow. Okay. Yeah, we have some bandits. Yes, veteran Onabushi, we have one. Okay, that was worth it. Scrolling through the entire list for that. And anything else? Do we have anything else? Any other Onabushis here? If I miss any, then I do apologize, but wow, a huge list here. We'll take some samurai wives. They level up relatively quickly because of our trainer skill. And I must just mention as well that caravan guards, if we can find any... wait a minute, our party capacity has been reached. So, yes, I'm not actually able to take any others. This is sorely disappointing, I have to admit. I was really hoping we'd be able to take many more of the rescued prisoners. Well, no, the gunners did such a good job. I really don't want to get rid of those. I'd like to get some more horsemen, to be honest. So what I will do is... no, I want some more... No, never mind. Okay, scratch that. I will just continue onward, and we will not take any of those other fellows, even though I sorely wanted to. Goodness me. It's just I really want to be able to get veteran Ronin back, and if I start taking veteran horsemen, then we're going to have a shortage of infantry when we most need it. And as a gift for Lady Marisa, because of her actions prior to this, we are going to be awarding Lady Marisa Kiyosu. And, whoa, 8,800 mon, we are going to be sharing it between our vassals. And there we are, Kiyosu has now turned to the color of blood, and we have leveled up more of our Onobushis, of course. And there it is, 41 units have been stationed there. We have broken the territory of the Oda clan and our prior allies as well. Goodness me, I cannot believe that they were sly enough to break their non-aggression treaty. But nevertheless, I am going to pose a question now, because I do think that there are a dedicated number of people watching this series, and I would like to know, what would you like me to do in future? Would you like me to show every single siege, or would you like me to take a couple of castles off-screen? And by that, of course, I mean would take, well, Nagashima Castle, Iwemura Castle, and then Suz Castle, and then we would head on to Yamada, and that is actually under siege, remarkably enough. But yes, then we'd head on to Yamada and we'd do an episode on that, and maybe even another castle as well. But yes, my question to you is, do you want to see all sieges on screen, or would you prefer I do a little bit off screen? So yes, that would be very nice if you could answer me in the comments. And so, I thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.